has option paralysis or something, and that if that's the reason why things froze up in the play-by-post. I don't mind if you want to discuss before we jump into the actual session. If you want to discuss how you want to react to all of it first, because we are going to basically go into the tail end of the appearance of Estovian in front of the lodge's guests. So if you don't have your plan straight, then he'll probably just say good night and be off. So I just wanted to give you an opportunity to, you know, talk about your next steps first. So that would be now.
Okay, so I was going to cause a distraction so Evelyn could cast her spell without being noticed. Are we still doing that?
Yeah, I guess so, if we're still on board with that plan. I wasn't sure if we just wanted to take the opportunity while he was down here talking to just have someone go break into his room, because I don't think the guards are probably watching his room carefully right now. But
well, I mean, we kind of everyone followed in already, so it's kind of too late now to rush back in.
Okay, well, I guess we can try the spell thing and just have to be ready for the potential consequences of failing.
What are our cards can give us to ensure our success?
I don't think I have anything that's relevant. I think I've got one card that like gives us a hint as to what to do next if we're lost. Which is actually let me take a quick double check. I know I looked at these before, but
I need to check my cards again.
Tarot cards.
Where do you check what they do? Archive Nethys?
the Harrow.
No, there is. I believe I left. Yeah, there's a handout in the journal here. Because it's specific to this campaign, what they.
Oh yeah.
There they are. So we have. Do we all share the hidden truth? Is that correct?
Yeah. And the uprising.
Give the PCs an automatic success on any one diplomacy check to gather information. Fascinating. And the uprising is +1 attack damage. Okay. Neither of those are particularly useful.
Yeah, and I also card of wisdom, which gives us a hint from the DM.
I have the owl with the star. So yeah, we can petition the GM for a hint.
Yeah, maybe it's about time to do it. To do that.
Gain the effect.
And we also have those cards that Lady Madame Ivania gave us, but I'm not sure they count for us.
Anyone happen to have a chaotic evil card?
How do you know if it's chaotic evil or?
You have to look it up.
Oh wait, I got it again. Yeah, 1 second. I just closed the camera.
No, mine is a chaotic good.
How do you know the alignment of the card?
Look it up. I mean,
you follow. You know, on the handout you have a link.
There's a link. Okay. Right.
I think
you wanted chaotic evil, right, Anthony?
Yeah. Chaotic neutral. So close.
Yeah, I got true neutral and chaotic neutral.
I got chaotic good.
And neutral. You have anything? You have chaotic evil, perchance? Harness?
Chaotic good.
And I don't think our cards can help. At least not with my spell.
All right. It was worth a try, I guess. So we'll have to just roll with it and pray to the dice god.
I mean, he's already suspicious of us. I'm sure. I don't know how much this is going to change his attitude, aside from him now knowing that we're like actively trying to sabotage him. But I don't even care. This guy's an asshole. I guess we're just... You're going to have to distract, and I'm going to have to nail him with the save.
I can do that.
Okay, then let's see those rolls.
Show me what you've got.
Are you performing or bluffing for this?
I am performing.
Oh.
Let me just make sure it's my... Yep, this is the...
You have more ranks in perform than in bluff?
Wait, let me see. No, it's a bluff. It's
Yeah.
definitely a bluff. And yeah, you said to add any modifier, but I don't know if I have any. 1, 2, 8.
God, I wish I was one level higher for this. Ugh, one level higher.
Yeah,
my
so
bluff.
tell me what your performance looks like, keeping in mind that that's a very mediocre result.
Yeah, Geier will actually just channel the pain he's been feeling lately and the anguish and the aching scar on his back, and actually like start ripping at it, take off his clothes and start writhing on the floor like, it's burning again, curses! Burning again, I thought they healed this bloody thing! This lodge, I swear it's cursed! Every little thing we do is bloody cursed, I'm telling you! It's gonna be our death! And just like spitting and shouting and rolling on the floor. Perhaps overly dramatic.
Yeah, I guess so. There are probably no visible, or there are definitely no visible signs of any of what you're trying to convey being real. So there's no like sizzling, there's no smell of burnt flesh, there's nothing like that. So you just, of course, raise a lot of eyebrows as to like, what is that freak doing? But it's not like you're captivating everyone's attention.
Well, in that case, I will probably have to aid him. However, well, should I roll bluff to aid him, or can I use my knowledge of medical jargon to actually aid him by describing that? Oh my God, our friend has a chronic condition. Don't you see this? I mean, he already collapsed like this way back when in Ravengroven. And
yeah, I can see that. So go for it. Use your knowledge.
So
or your heal, I guess, is what you're looking
for.
for. Yeah.
Yeah. God damn it.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, you try to turn this into a bigger scene. And the Marquisa looks very worried for Geier. The hound her hound looks confused. Lord Turksvor looks confused as well, but slightly annoyed. Kind of just like, ugh, would somebody get this man away from me? So yeah, I mean they're definitely distracted, but they are not focusing all of their attention on Geier. So Evelyn, you are fully aware of that as you decide whether or not to cast the spell. So it's not the big distraction that you had been hoping for.
Okay, Evelyn will. Nevertheless, this is the time. So she is. The main thing is Estovian. Does Estovian seem to be watching Geier?
Well, from where he's standing, since he's addressing the crowd, he is looking over to you.
Well,
But-
Evelyn would definitely try to she slip off to the side while this is going
Right.
on. If she can find somewhere to block line of sight, she is throwing her disguise on herself so that she looks like just kind of one of the guards that's posted around.
Oh, okay.
And she is rapidly casting spells. She throws Eagle Splendor on herself, and then she readies Charm Monster.
Hey.
And should she make
alright.
like a bluff
Well,
check or
first a disguise check to see if your ruse is noticed.
Okay.
It's a ruse.
Well, it's very convincing, and I mean there are often guards around the lodge, so it's not out of place for sure. And you try to keep to the side of this whole commotion, and you think that at best you're at the edge of Estovian's field of view, so without actually blocking line of sight, you probably can't find a better spot.
Okay. Then let's
What's
do it.
What's the
She's-
DC?
She gazes at him, and he has a DC 22
Whoa.
will save.
Okay. I am going to roll this openly, so you don't say I'm cheating. Okay. 22, you say.
That's what I say. Damn.
Wow.
I bet you regret
Oh,
that
man.
now, aren't you?
My heart is pounding. Holy shit.
Holy crap. I did not expect that. Okay. So, Charm Monster. Well, he looks on as Geier has his little seizure, and he also seems kind of irritated by it, as if that was somehow like a nuisance to him. And he starts, he sighs and he opens his mouth to give an order of some sort. And you cast your spell, and he pauses for a moment, and his features kind of soften a little bit. And he's in a less pointed voice as you're used to him using with the staff. He says, "Someone get this man help, please. Doctor, you seem to be knowing what ails him. Would you mind seeing to him? And please, if you need any help, please see him to his room. Yes, I'm sure Balik will lend you a hand once he returns." To everyone else, this is entirely unrelated, and as I said before, the lodge is and was always a safe place. So, without further ado, I wish you all a good night, and let's all hope that our friend here recovers very soon.
The pain!
Yes, and please, everyone, you do not have to return to your rooms, but we would like to clean up here. So if you would just make some room, thank you. And with that, he moves to leave, unless you intend to stop him.
No.
No. We need to help our ailed friend back to
Yeah.
his room.
It burns.
Okay, so yeah, so you take Geier, or you try to take Geier back to his room, past Turk's War, who like jumps out of the way, and he goes like, just get him away, please. This is gross. What is wrong with that man?
Oh man,
And
Sarah, well, when we find out, we'll tell you. Be sure.
that was a rhetorical question. And then the Lord Graydon pipes up, and he yells at Turksvor, and he says, "Can't you see that man is suffering? Just have some decency, yes? We've had enough of your insolence and your constant petulance. You really do not deserve to carry the title of a lord, young Turksvor." And then Turksvor explodes on Graydon, and he says, "Oh yeah? Well, you don't deserve that title, you old fart turncoat traitor." And they both erupt into a very loud argument that you can still hear as you reach the top floor, putting Geier to some rest.
Yes, once we break their line of sight, Aroden taps Geier on the shoulders, on both shoulders, twice, saying, "Hereby I declare you healed."
Yeah, that sounds like a sufficiently big distraction that hopefully that will overshadow any other shenanigans. And Evelyn will take the opportunity, still disguised as a guard, to step outside and once again find somewhere secluded, probably in that labyrinth or something, and switch, just drop the guys, and then make her way back inside to the probably to her bed.
The hedge maze would be perfect for that, sure. Yeah, okay. So you all gather on the second floor, in one of your rooms. I don't know in which one.
Probably Lady Evelyn's, because it wasn't ransacked, I suppose. I hope. Was it ransacked?
No, it was not.
Does she have the big suite or something?
No. Which one? I think she got room B, right?
All I know, she had a private room, apparently.
Let me double check real quick. Let's go. Yeah, so room B was empty, and C is Duristan's room. Yeah, and you have the room next to him. So you have B, and the rest of the group has E. That's what I remembered. So room E is still a mess, since it was ransacked, as Karnis already said. So you all.
Is my room a mess? Is room B a mess?
No, it is not.
Oh.
So you all gather in the still quite tidy room to discuss your next plans.
Well, so I suppose the first thing we'll ask is, well, did you get him? Did you get him?
Just so you know, Karnis, you're still a bit hard to make out.
I will lean in. So the first thing Aroden will ask, I suppose, is, so well, did it work? Did you get it?
Evelyn doesn't say anything, but she just has a really self-satisfied smile.
And now we know what that smile means.
He's mine, gentlemen.
I think I stubbed my toe in my performance. Shall we proceed?
Yes, well done, Geier. You really did manage to make
Hey,
a
normally,
scene.
I know I could have done better. Performance arts are not really my thing. I'm still getting the hang of it.
Well,
But yeah, I'm glad. I mean,
I think
glad
it was
it
enough.
somehow worked. Yes.
Hopefully. But yes, we now have in the Lodge Master a trusted friend and ally. So, for next.
You broke up there.
Yeah. Yeah, you're still raw body.
Voice connection looks like shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the voice connection's going in and Evelyn says, I now have in the Lodge Master.
You high society people, you think it's a common occurrence? I mean, I know you manipulate each other at every turn, but
All the time, Geier. All the time.
well, I'm glad I'm on your side.
Yes, you should be.
Just said I am.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad you're on my side as well. Now, I suppose we all should probably get to bed and try to rest up. Best we can.
Yeah, about that. I'm considering that our room has been broken into twice now. Maybe we should, I don't know, establish a watch or something. Whatever. Have your room been broken into?
I do not believe it has been. Can she do a quick check around and see if everything looks like it's in order?
Do a quick perception.
A quick perception.
No, nothing seems out of the ordinary, especially given the description of the other room.
Yeah. I believe that my possessions remain unmolested.
Well, I can take care of that. And EmaＲel is going to set up an alarm.
Yeah, for a moment there, I thought that Emaṛel would molest her possessions.
No. No, he wouldn't dare. And he's also gonna set up a little hiding place to rest in.
Interesting.
What are you gonna do?
I hate climbing. But I suppose we can just drag the the bedding upstairs then into this room and just have a good rest in there. By the way, how does the space inside looks like? I wonder. I always wondered.
I have no idea what you just said.
Yeah, I can't hear you either.
Sorry. Must be my mobile internet then.
It's the microphone. It sounds very muffled. like the microphone is covered by a sock or something.
Sorry, it was covered by my hand. I just found that it is on the left corner of the laptop, and it is exactly where I put my hand.
Well, that is much better.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I wonder what the rope trick looks inside. What it looks like inside that space, I wonder.
Well, you can. We did rest inside it once. I imagine it's quite bland, like the inside of a bag of holding or something like that.
So like a lot of lint and lost objects. So okay.
That's just an empty space.
So I guess we will rest in a rope trick then.
Okay. Okay.
Evelyn will rest in her bed as normal. Definitely trying to keep up appearances of everything being as normal as possible.
Okay.
Will we rest inside Lady Evelyn's room, or will tidy up our own room and then hide?
I mean, that's up to you guys. Evelyn's just going to sleep in her room. I feel like it would make more sense to tidy up the room. We don't want to appear suspicious. So even though somebody is clearly happy with messing with us, I feel like we don't want to make it clear that we are also messing with people.
That's fair.
All right.
Give me a second here. And then just a moment. The help holds up in the rope trick while Evelyn takes the comfy bed. And everybody rests. Correct?
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
We clean up the room before.
The other room. Okay, but you all stay in Evelyn's room for the night. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so I will need perception checks from everyone. I'm not sure. I mean, in the rope trick, does it say anything about senses reaching out? I don't think that you would sense anything outside of the extra dimensional space.
I'm not sure. I mean, the window is invisible, but I think we can observe things from below, from
Right,
above.
observe. Like, so visually you can see through that window. But the way I understand it, you're in an extra dimensional space.
Those in the interdimensional space can see out of it as if a 3 by 5 foot window were centered on the rope.
Okay, can see. Okay. So it doesn't say any other senses.
It does not.
Okay. In that case, I only need a perception check from Evelyn.
What about Mr. Montianu?
Is he sleeping in the same
I would
room?
imagine he would stay in the room with her, yeah.
Okay. Sure, yeah, him too. Really?
Poor Mr. Montianu. Okay, let's go with that lovely perception I'm so good at. It's not bad.
It is not
And
bad.
Montianu.
Okay, so 21 and 22. Both sleeping, which means both get minus 20, I think.
We do have an alarm spell going.
Yeah, that's okay. That's not what this is about. Oh, it's asleep, so it's just a minus 10. So you have an 11 and a 12 effectively. 11 and a 12. And then that's that. So, yeah, okay. So in the middle of the night, you don't really have any way of telling how late, but it's definitely dark, very dark. You are shocked awake by a scream, a painful shriek, and it sounds like Lord Graydon, and it's coming from his room.
Oh no.
Evelyn will she's not exactly thrilled with the fact that she hasn't gotten to rest before more chaos is unfolding. But she will pull herself together as quickly as she can, and still in her nightgown, she will head over to the rope and, I don't know, tug on it or something to try and signal the people inside. And then she'll make for the door, and she'll
Maya is calling. I'll be right back.
Saved by the bell.
And here I am hoping that I will have full warmth again.
scrolls back the number of bombs. Yeah, let me make sure I check off the spells I cast. I'm out of my mesmerist tricks now. That's okay. I think I pulled off enough tricks for one day. Oh my god, I can't believe that worked. Ooh.
And that's because we stuck to the plan.
Oh my god, he had a plus 12. What the hell is he?
Yeah, I imagine he has PC levels.
Is he
Probably.
a werewolf, or is he something else?
Or is he both?
He's a werewolf something.
Maybe advanced human. Or a dire half.
I don't know. I don't trust this guy as far as Evelyn can throw him, which is not very far.
Yeah. Although it is it is just charm monster, so he will be friendly to us, but it's not necessarily forthcoming.
I mean, he doesn't. It's not as if he's dominated, but he's only friendly to Evelyn, mind you. It only affects her. But he treats her as a trusted friend and ally, and views anything she says in the most favorable terms. So I think she can at least get him to divulge some further information. I don't think she can get him to. She probably can't convince him to do anything he wouldn't normally do. But I think with some nice diplomacy rolls, she can probably get some answers from him. She can give herself some very high bonuses to diplomacy if she wants to. Yeah, if I buff up, I can get a plus 20 bonus to diplomacy.
Oof.
So I think we'll get some answers from him. I wouldn't trust him to like go out of his way for us though.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry. So your the last thing I caught was that you're tugging on the rope to make everyone aware of the fact that something's going on.
And she'll also hiss to Montiano. Ready yourself. Looks like this night is even longer than we realized. And then she's going to make her way for the door, still like in her nightgown.
Okay. And I assume the others are gonna
Well, probably
climb
yes.
out.
Yes, but in full gear this time.
Okay.
Just
so
to be clear, Evelyn wears her mithril changer under her nightgown.
Of course.
As I've previously established, she's very paranoid.
Yeah, and apparently rightly so, because stuff is going down. So you move to the door. And you see the door to Graydon's room being open. And there is just a tiny little bit of a glim of his fireplace that's vaguely illuminating the room beyond, and you just see some movement in there, like some back and forth shadows. Just kind of hard to tell what's going on, but you definitely hear like the grunting and the muffled sounds of hand-to-hand skirmish. And you hear Graydon yell out, "Get away from me!"
Not to be that player, but with dark vision, can I see anything more than that?
Sure. And not to be not that player. I mean, it's your ability. You should be able to use it.
Well,
you see the exact same thing, but in black and white. No. You do see more. Yeah, I think that's fair to say. You see Lord Turksvor and Lord Graydon, and they're kind of looks like they're duking it out.
Okay. Does it look like Turgsvor was like trying to stick a knife in him in the dark or something? Or
No, it's hard to see because from the angle that the door is towards where they're having the fight, they kind of moved past the door, and you just caught a glimpse of them fighting. So that's all you can tell really from that far away.
Okay. Evelyn will. Hopefully, the others will be joining her shortly, but she'll kind of peer in the door and try to see like what exactly the scuffle is. If it looks like it could be violent, she'll speak out. But for the moment, she's just watching them.
I moved you to the map. You should be able to get there.
What? Sorry, Mike again. So, assuming that we rush behind Lady Evelyn, what? So I suppose we can't see the scuffle properly, right? It's in the dark shapes and just swinging limbs, something like this, right?
Yeah, I mean, from where you are right now, you can move around any way you want, and so that we can figure out what you can see and what you cannot see. Because from the room, of course, you can't see anything.
Oh, we're on the map. Sorry, I didn't notice.
And Mr. Montiano will be on the map shortly as well.
Do you have a round token for him? Because I
Yeah,
think I
I'm
sent
just-
one
I'm-
to you a long
yeah.
time ago.
Well, I have his picture that I just made that real quick with the token stamp.
That'll do. With a token stamp?
Yeah, that's it's like the token tool, but as a website.
Oh. I always just use Photoshop. I didn't know there was a tool.
Oh, there is, and it's definitely much easier than Photoshop. Okay. So I'm gonna give you control over him. Gotta add his hit points to the bar. There we go. Oh no, you use green for hit points. You unconventional rebels.
Yeah, I'm not sure it would be useful, but
Okay.
anyway,
Yeah, so you run down the hall towards the scuffle, and you expect to break up two possibly drunk men who have kind of finally lost their temper and end a silly fight. But as you approach the door, you realize that it's much, much worse than that. Evelyn, as you get closer, the smell of blood tickles your nostrils, and you see that Graydon is actually in a horrible state. He has large slashing wounds on his neck. Blood is welling at a very concerning speed. His nightgown is drenched in blood. His bed is drenched in blood. It looks like Turksvor got the jump on him while he was sleeping, and just didn't quite manage to kill the man. And now Graydon is fighting back with what little strength he has left, but he's clearly on the losing end because Turksvor looks. You've seen him before. He's kind of this like always sulking, morose, spoiled child. There's there's no like tension in his body ever. It's just kind of slumping around. But now he's this almost feral, muscular fighter that's just pummeling Graydon, and it's really confusing and terrifying to behold. And we will roll for initiative.
alright.
Well then.
Dun 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 dun.
Oops, I think I just rolled Evelyn's initiative with Montianu selected. So Evelyn has a natural 1. Montianu, on the other hand, has a 17.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
I'm going first.
So, Arronax, you go first.
Um, hmm. Oh, well, I suppose we should try at least a token degree of diplomacy, so Arronax will raise his voice and boldly shout that stop it this instant, or taste the fire of my alchemy.
Okay. He does not seem to respond. He seems single-mindedly hell-bent on killing Graydon.
I see. Well, I guess then he will taste the might of my alchemy. I will check one bomb at him. I see. I think I will move a little bit like this to have a better view, and I naturally will exclude almost every circle, every square that I can from other than Sir Corwin. It is a bit slow because now I don't have two monitors, so I have to shift Windows manually. That's only first attack because I don't have fast bombs.
Yes. Just thinking. So the 21 to hit against his touch, right?
Yes.
Which, yeah, is obviously a hit. And 21 points of fire damage. And I assume you can steer it so that Graydon is not affected by it.
Yes, I mean, Arronax will try to exclude as many squares as he can, so he will not set fire to the room at all. I mean, I can exclude, although I think I can exclude creatures or squares. I think squares.
Squares, yeah. So you throw the bomb, it goes off, it burns Turksfor severely, and he lets go of Graydon as he yells out in pain in a sort of like howling shriek. And as he arches his back in pain from the burning wounds, you see his nails, his fingernails, have actually elongated into some sort of claws. And as he throws back his head to howl in pain, you see also that his teeth have turned into fangs. And being closer to him, you do have noticed that his entire face seems to be much more like bestial, the more pronounced cheekbones, almost looking like turning his nose into a snout of some sort, and just generally having these sort of canine features. He lets go of Graydon, who just drops onto the bed, bleeding out. Mr. Monteanu.
Well, with that in mind, I was going to have Montiano try to disarm him, but that doesn't seem like much of an option. So,
Well, you could cut off his arms.
that wasn't the kind of disarm I had in mind, but he's going to. Oof. Oh boy, he's gonna go in there. He's not exactly in the best shape after the spider thing. But 5, 10. So like, is the door wide open? Can he attack from here, or does he need to get in the room?
Well, he would probably have to get into the room.
Okay. Can he move through Evelyn's square? Can he move through an ally?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, freely.
So in that case, he's going to. Yeah, he was here. So 5, 15. Yikes. Well, hopefully he doesn't die. Step in there. And he will step back. Oh wait. He's a. Sorry. He's got. Okay, that doesn't help him move around though. He's gonna try and step back here away from him into the corner.
Okay.
And he probably, would it be safe to say he would have drawn his weapons on the way over as they're screaming and
Yeah,
shouting?
it was clearly the sound of
Okay.
fight going on, so that would make sense.
So does Corvin take an attack of opportunity against him?
He moves in and then over there. Yeah, probably kind of like blindly flailing, just trying to instinctively reacting to some movement near him.
All right.
It's a 20 to hit.
He's gonna make a opportune parry.
Ooh.
He's gonna attempt to parry this. Turks were still medium sized, right?
Yes.
Okay. So he's gonna spend 1 panache point, of which he has. Oh my god! Sorry, I'm so used to the 5e sheets. I'm
Yeah, these
trying
sheets
to
are
find
a bit tough to navigate.
trying to find everything. Okay, so he spends 1 point to parry, which means he gets to make an attack roll with his rapier. And he'll do that. If he beats a 20, he parries it, I believe.
So he knocks Corvin's clawed hand out of the way.
Yeah, upon performing a successful parry, if he still has one left. Okay, he still has one left. So he's going to attempt to make an attack against the creature who he
Interesting.
parried. So he riposts. And he's going to stab at the strangely transformed Turgsvor. Mind you, this is a magical rapier.
Ooh.
Oh, well. That's nice.
Man, that's a natural 20, natural 1. No, it's natural 15. Okay. So it's definitely a hit, though. So that is 8 points of damage. I assume the sneak attack damage does not apply.
The damage, what the hell is the precision damage coming from? Why do you have precision damage? I haven't used your sheet in so long.
I think swashbucklers have a D.
I think that's that's the swashbuckler thing.
So it does apply, or does that?
It does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's and that's not his turn yet. He's gonna use the whip in his other hand to try and trip Turgsvor up. Let me just make sure I don't have anything that insists I have to be a one-handed fighter. Sorry. No. Yeah, the precise strike is where the precision damage is coming from, I think.
Oh, it's a flat. Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So he can have the whip out in the other hand, and he will use that to try and trip up Turgsvor.
Okay.
Sorry about that, guys. He's gonna make a 20. I don't know if that beats his CMD.
It does not. No, it does not. Weirdly lightning fast reflexes. He steps over the whip as it snaps at him.
Okay. Sorry that took so long.
Okay, so that's Geier's turn.
Simon, can we assume, because once we rolled initiative, I didn't move my token.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it. So Geier, seeing the claws start to form and the kerfuffle start to take place, quickly starts rummaging through his pockets, produces a little, seemingly like a doll, but it's just bones like a doll, and starts manipulating as he's muttering, and this dark green energy starts almost forming in his mouth. And whoopa! Bone shaker.
Let's see if it works. 42
Classic.
save. 26 to save. So it saved. He saved.
Come on! Starts shaking the little doll like it's broken.
But it says fortitude partial, so is there any effect still? Or is that...
Think not for a living one.
Oh, okay. No, it does say a successful saving throw halves the damage. And negates
Right,
the
yeah.
motion.
So target takes 3 to 6 points of damage plus 1d6 additional points of damage per 2 caster levels. So
Okay.
we're level 7,
you
right?
Can, yeah, by the way, you can put the damage right into the description of the spell. Just FYI. But roll for it now. That's 3d6 plus
3d6.
plus 36, so that's 66. Wow. Not bad.
So 66.
So that's 10 points of damage for him as his bones shake and rattle.
Yeah. You can see the bones moving within his, like, the look of confusion, like, ah!
Yeah, you can see him shift under his skin, which makes his strangely distorted features look even more unsettling.
That's it for my
Okay. Then it's his turn, and he is just with a snarling growl. He's trying to jump Mr. Monteanu. 5-foot step, and then bite. 14 to hit.
Pretty sure that's a miss. But I don't actually know his AC off the top of my head. Yeah, that's a miss.
Is he wearing light armor? Because I don't think he would have slept in medium, right?
Yeah, no, he wears light armor.
Okay, so the bite misses, then the first of the claws misses, but the second claw is a 20.
Yeah, that is a hit.
So it's 9 points of damage as he slashes a brutal wound into Mr. Monteanu's skin.
Okay. Yeah, and for the opportune parry, I need to know the attack's coming so that I can decide if I want to use it or not before I know the result.
Okay, I see. I think your hit points are wrong. Yeah. Emaírel.
Is going to delay until right after the lady.
Okay. And then it's Evelyn.
Evelyn finally gets her act together after her surprise. I guess she had dramatically underestimated Turgs for, and she is going to gaze upon him as a swift action, and then she is going to try to cast a spell on him. See if she can't get this situation under control with some oppressive boredom.
Okay.
So the DC is well, the DC is still 17, but he has a -2 to his will save.
I'm gonna have to talk to you in the room next door real quick.
No one else was in the room where it happened. The room where it happened. The room where it happened. Have any of you been playing any 2E?
No.
Well, one of my buddies plans to start Agents of Edgewatch at one point, but that will be in September somewhere. So
There's no published adventures yet other than Plaguestone, right?
one-shot modules, I'm not sure. I think there are some, well, society scenarios, if that counts.
Yeah, but only society scenarios. No.
No full adventures, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. That might be one thing that's holding it back, I guess.
It's, well, modules are a
Because-
rare breed nowadays.
I don't know, like to familiarize with the world and the setting, especially for new players.
Yeah, I mean,
Not everyone homebrews it.
Even the
And
first
if-
edition Pathfinder didn't have that many single modules.
Yeah, but if you see D&D like 5e has a lot of like adventure modules. They seem to be quite popular.
I mean,
And if you're trying to get new players into Pathfinder, not convert the hardcore first edition.
I'm not sure 5e is a good example because, I mean, they have starters like Fandelver, Dragon of the Ice Peak, and something else. I think.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
so
that's like 3 modules, and the rest are like, well, up to 12 level adventure paths, and the rest is just Adventure League. And that's it.
it looks like Turksvor made a save because he does not suddenly get bored from ripping Mr. Mundiano's throat out.
Well, that sounds good.
That's unfortunate. Does Evelyn notice anything weird about him resisting her, or anything odd?
Give me a sense motive check.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not great at that, and I fail. I do really bad at those every time I roll one. Oh, not this time.
Well, look at that. You have the sense. Well, I mean, I think everybody probably had jumped to the same conclusion here when you first saw the claws and the fangs and everything. But you feel like maybe that's not actually what's going on here. Maybe he is under some sort of, possession.
Yeah. Kind of suspected that. All right. Evelyn calls out to the other. His mind is not his own. Keep him alive if you can.
Of course not, he's a beast.
And then she's going to try to step back out of the way a little bit.
Okay. And Emaírel?
Okay. So Emaírel is going to step up. And try to shield bash.
Raiden?
If it wants to. Okay, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh. Man. Yeah, that's a quite accurate back. And you slam your shield into Turksvor, which you would have expected to knock him out if he was still his normal self, but now it just gives him a couple of bruises. That's your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Doctor.
Alright. Doctor will also peek into the room and, well, someone say, well, I can. I mean, I don't have any non-lethal means of subduing him, so I leave them to you, and I'll just keep Lord Graden alive. And he will try to keep Lord Graden alive by using a healing bomb on him. I still have 2 extracts of Cure Light Wounds left, so I will use that one. So that means I believe that Lord Graydon gets six hit points, and Emaírel gets 1 from the splash.
Nice. Okay. That was your turn, Monteano.
Montiano is in a bit of a tight spot. So he's just gonna try to trip again with his whip. Which ordinarily a whip attack from this distance would provoke an attack of opportunity, but he is a whip master, so that's not an issue.
Seems more like he's whipped, but
Hey,
Just an FYI. 20 once again.
let me see his bonus. Okay.
It's the same.
Yeah, and again, Turkswar effortlessly dodges the attack.
Yeah, okay. That's gonna be it for him. He's just trying to keep his attention.
Okay. Geier.
Geier, produce a small round object, which if you take a close look, we'll see it's like a dried prune or could it be an eyeball?
Oh.
A glint of a needle. He pierces it.
Howling agony. What was that?
What is that sound?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
we're getting-
the sound that Howling Agony makes.
Howling agony, yeah. Okay, so you said okay, is that 42 save for him?
Takes it. If he passes the saving throw.
12, so he fails.
Ah! So that's a -2 penalty on AC attacks, melee damage rolls, and reflex saving throws. And must succeed a concentration check. Spells. But it can scream.
And the move action screaming as loudly as possible. It can act without any other part for the remainder of its turn. As a move action. Okay.
It's
Okay,
literally
okay.
like suddenly
Yeah,
in his head there's less like pierce the eyeball. It feels like his eyeball is pierced all the way through his brain. Like it's just racked in pain that sends streaks of agony all through his.
Yeah, and you see him you see that agony shake him once again. This time it's not his bones. This time it's just in pain, and he once again lets out a howling scream that actually makes you sort of shudder in fear. And then he uses his remaining standard action to try and bite Emaírel, kind of moving from the scream fluently into the bite attack. 30 to hit.
Yeah.
That's 10 points of damage for you, and a 42 save, please. Boo. Evelyn.
Howling Agony didn't actually deal any damage, did it?
It doesn't, no.
Okay.
It takes away the action, yeah.
But basically he can't move unless he spends the move action screaming.
Right. Okay. Evelyn is gonna try to get him under her control once again. Simon, did I get the sense that there was anything blocking my spell on him, or just that he resisted it?
Just that he resisted it.
Okay.
But the mind you found was weird. It was not like what it feels like to mess with mortal minds.
Mhm.
And this was different.
Yeah, okay. He can only he can only move if he spends his action screaming. Is that correct?
Yes. His move action.
Oh, he has to spend his move action screaming, and then he can take an action.
Mm-hmm.
And if he doesn't scream, then he can't. Then he has to spend his action screaming. Is that correct? He loses his action essentially.
He takes some
No.
penalties
He
too.
he
can
can't.
still attack.
Yeah.
But at a penalty -2.
Okay. Let's try this then, because I don't think he gets he doesn't get continuous saves with. It's just a second save. Evelyn is gonna cast Reckless Infatuation upon him. DC 17 again, but with a -2.
That's a 14. So he failed.
So now he is infatuated with Evelyn, and it does all it can to remain within 30 feet of the object of its desire. If the target the range, it gains the staggered condition until it is again near the focus of its desire. So Evelyn is going to see that she's got him, and then she's going to take off running 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I think that's her turn.
Okay, Emaírel.
Emaírel is going to spend a standard action to enhance his spear and make it merciful.
Mhm.
And with his move action, he's going to close the door.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. Doors. My
Yes, the
old
old enemy.
Dr. Arronax.
Alright.
Door has been shut in your face.
Yeah, it seems Emaírel has this well in hand, so Arronax will just step here, out of the way, and try not to tremble too much in anticipation or fear. I suppose that would be it, because well, I could, I guess, summon the dog, but the dog will try to eat the Trixwar, so, and we want to take him alive. Although, yeah, let's not do this. This will be my turn.
Okay, Monteano.
Monteano's going to try to trip him again. Actually, and I think when Emaírel did that, he broke line of sight for Evelyn. I don't think her gaze works anymore. So that's not great. But just so you know, her gaze also applies a penalty to their CMD. So a penalty of 2. But he's going to keep trying to trip, because why not? Maybe he can roll above a 9. Come on. Once again, a 20.
And again, Turkswar dodges. Despite being staggered. Geier. Doors closed, no line of sight, no line of effect.
Bloody doors! Doctor, can you do something about that bloody door?
I like that Geier doesn't open it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but Geier's afraid of what's on the other side if he opens it. Yeah, Geier will go to the door and gently rap. No, he's gonna open the door.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, Turkswar is infatuated with Lady Evelyn and wants to move into her immediate area, but he also would know that charging past Emaírel and Munteanu is a dangerous act. So I would call that obvious physical danger. So he is going to get a second save. Who will save? 26. So he shakes off the infatuation. And I think that is before he takes that action. Well, but he was staggered. No, when you but he was staggered when he wanted to take that action. Then he got another save.
Wait, he's not staggered.
Yes, he is.
Is he?
If he's out of 30 feet.
Well, it says if the target moves outside this range.
Yeah, but
so
I mean,
I don't know if that's your call.
This means if he's further away than 30 feet, he's staggered. So, yeah, but he's thinking about taking this dangerous action, then makes the save, which ends the staggered, which leaves him with one more action. So he is instead going to claw Emaírel again, since that worked. No, actually bite. 18 to hit.
Yep.
That would be 7 points of damage and another 42 save. And yeah, he's just viciously, ferally trying to jump you, trying to rip your throat off, bite your neck, bite your face, whatever part he can get. There doesn't seem to be any strategy to it. I mean, you've seen noble men fight before with their fancy fencing and stuff that they've learned in their gentlemen's clubs. This is the opposite. This is primal and just feral. Evelyn.
I think Gentleman Club is a different thing than what you think it is.
No, maybe it is. Yeah. But I'm sure there are fights.
Let me see. I guess I have to get closer to. Okay. Gotta get closer again. She's grumbling to herself. Everyone's messing with my spells, and she uses her swift action to gaze on him again. And then she's got what is she gonna put on him? Oh boy, let's try oppressive boredom one more time. So that is where's her spell page? Why can't? Oh, because I'm looking at the wrong character. Oh, sorry.
That would be another will save. Oh, okay. Failed. So I'm gonna need that spell description. Oh, he's definitely.
Yeah, so it was DC 17, you had a -2.
Yeah, definitely failed. Takes no action that round. Boredom lasts until the duration expires or the target breaks the spell's effect with a successful.
Yeah, so every round he basically gets a save.
Okay. In order to perform its next action. Okay. Okay. Emaírel.
Is going to he's going to move. The Lord clearly seems out of his mind. I don't know if he gets AOs.
I guess not. Would be some sort of action. I don't think it would. It does make sense.
And then he's going to mercifully stab him.
See what that looks like.
It's just the first one.
You didn't want to get the flanking bonus there?
It does count, doesn't it?
No,
No,
because you would have to go through the corner. Oh, actually, you can pick the corner when you're attacking.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a
Yeah,
spear.
you're
That's
right.
right.
Yeah,
Spear.
you could go from here and then
Yeah, although I think 28 would be enough already.
But you don't need it anyway, exactly. So 14 points of damage, mercifully stabbed.
And
Plus-
plus a d6.
Okay, what's that?
That's from Merciful. It's an extra
Oh.
1d6 on top of the non-lethal damage.
Oh, it's on top of it. Okay. And Doctor.
Okay, well, I suppose I should just leave Emaírel to deal with it, the situation, since it seems to be almost resolved now. And, well, as I already said, most of my solutions will not be merciful. So I think I will try to keep Emaírel healthy. I will use my healing bomb on him now. It will be a little bit out of my reach, but since it's touch, I think it will be fine.
Nice.
Mr. Montiano.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. If I stab him, it'll be lethal damage, right? There's no. I have to take the penalty to make a non-lethal attack.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, since he took any amount of non-lethal damage, it's fine. He'll be KO'd.
Oh, he'll be KO'd before he dies.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, unless you overshoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think.
It's in 2E where the final
last
blow
one
has
has
to
to
be.
be.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, Montiano is just going to try and make a regular old stab and see if that'll be enough to knock him out. Since the whole tripping thing seems to be not falling flat on its face, so he's gonna stab. Oh
There.
boy!
See?
Okay, so it's 22 points of damage, plus the
Another
5
5
precision.
of precision.
So, yeah, you just skewer the man, and
I think he actually gets a second attack too, doesn't he?
Did you kill him? Did you kill him?
he would, but first he goes down
Oh, okay.
and falls to the floor, and then something terrifying happens.
Oh
His
boy.
features start to sort of melt back into place. The teeth retract, the claws shorten, his nails shorten, and his face becomes like his former self. But there is a strange greenish fog gathering over his body, and the temperature drops. And then this sort of swirling mass of frigid air starts to manifest in the form of a bestial specter.
Mm.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, ghost werewolf. That's fine.
Do we know what
Totally
that
fine.
is?
And what's even more fine is that it is trying to, or it's rising from Turksvor's body, and like a vapor or a fog or something, it starts to flow towards Mr. Montiano, who just with
This poor
wide eyes,
guy! This
with
poor
wide-
guy is the
Yeah.
gets appeared.
with wide starts to kind of involuntarily inhale this mass of
Charmed
wolf ghosts.
life. Charmed life.
Do we get to act before that's ended?
This is starting, so I will roll the thing's initiative actually, and then we'll see you act. So
This is
be...
exactly what Evelyn pays him for, though.
Yeah. Well, look at that. It's a 17, so it's faster than anybody else.
Montianu's 17.
Yeah, but he just acted, so.
Oh, that's true.
So I will need a will save from Mr. Montianu.
He's got charmed life.
What does it mean again?
He
That
can spend a panache point to get his charisma, I believe, to his saves.
Okay.
So he's only got one panache point. Oh, he scored a critical hit, so he actually went up in panache. And then he went back down as he spends it on charmed life. Oh no, he doesn't spend panache on that, sorry.
You have used this, yeah.
He just has 3 per day. Okay.
And you did land another.
I only landed one successful crit. The second one was only a threat. It wasn't a. Well, the second one was a crit. The first one was just a threat.
Okay.
So his will save is not great. Not great. That's why Evelyn picked him. But he is getting a +2 to it, so he's at a total of plus. Well, it's going to be 2 more than this roll. Ooh, 21. Unless it's offering him wealth or power.
Well, he does feel power as he takes in this creature. You see his features also to change slightly. His already slightly feral face starts to contort and shift even more, and he seems to fight it in a little bit, but not really. But then at some point he just goes, and he rejects the creature, which causes it to reform in the square of Corvin. So it doesn't go away because of that. It just is still here, possibly just looking for another victim.
Evelyn claps her hands delightedly. Well done, Mr. Montianu. Well done.
Speaking of victims, Geier.
Control undead.
Are you muted? Alejandro?
I've been talking without realizing that my microphone was
Yeah.
muted. Yeah. So, would Geier know that this is an undead creature?
Knowledge religion?
Would that count as an action?
No.
Knowledge.
Not in first edition.
Can I do Arcana, or does it have to be religion?
It has
I can
to
do
be religion.
whichever, yeah. It's fine. Religion is good.
28. Well, this definitely has all the hallmarks of a ghost werewolf, just like you said, or at least a ghost wolf. So you would think this is probably some sort of like the spirit of the werewolf. You know, like it's essence in a sense. Maybe this is even the curse of lycanthropy incarnate. Great.
The curse of lycanthropy incarnate.
That somehow changes my strategy. Actually, no, it doesn't. Talk to me! As I shred raw meat and splinter of bone.
Keep in mind, it's got a -2 to its will saves.
Does Howling Agony still works in it?
Well, I'm casting Command Undead as I will it to talk to me.
Wait. Command undead the spell.
Yeah, there's a feat and also a spell.
Non-intelligent gets no save. Otherwise, it's a will save and spell resistance and all that stuff. Okay, so DC 16, I see.
But it's got -2 on its will saves, right?
Yep.
$17. Sorry.
Oh,
Is that with
Wait.
the -2?
That is with the -2.
Oh,
Okay, so in that case, it just negates. Yeah, so it doesn't seem interested in talking. It just kind of looks around, sniffing, even though that's probably not necessary. Just a force of habit.
Geier in
Looking-
frustration just stomps on the rummy and splinter bone again.
And then it's Evelyn's turn.
ooh. She does not like this whole invade bodies thing. I don't know if Evelyn would know this or not, but is it possible to target a creature even after it's possessed another creature? Like if you know it's in there, can you target it with a spell?
You have Knowledge Arcana?
Evelyn, I don't believe, is trained in arcane. No, she has 1 rank in it. Total of 4 plus 4 bonus. She has a +6 in religion, if that makes sense for undead.
Nah, not really. Because it's about the act of possession, which is kind of also a ghost ability. Yeah, why not? Let's go with religion.
Does she have to roll it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
No, once a creature is inhabited by a malevolent spirit, then all the damage, all the harm goes to the host.
What if it's a spell that targets a mind affecting spell?
Yeah, that may be why you felt so weird when you were trying to affect his mind, because
Okay.
he is being taken over, or he's at least sharing the mind of the weird creature.
So just to be clear, does it seem like I could target the mind of the possessing creature even when it's in a body?
If it, well, some
does Evelyn just not know?
some creatures share the mind of their hosts, and some take them over entirely. And with that check, you wouldn't know what exactly it was that you experienced.
Okay. Keeping all that in mind, she just shouts out, "Keep it distracted for just a moment!" And
Oh,
she's
sure, of course.
she's going to cast Eagle Splendor on herself, and she has to use a 3rd level slot to do it, because she's out of 2nd level slots. So I don't think you get anything better out of Eagle Splendor for casting it higher. So that's it. She's just giving herself a +4 to charisma. And she's also gazing at this creature, in case she wasn't already.
Okay. Emaírel.
So this thing is clearly incorporeal, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think. I'm split. Well, since Evelyn seems to have a plan, I think Emaírel is going to again enhance his spear differently this time and make it Ghost Touch.
Ooh.
And that'll be his turn.
Okay. Doctor.
Alright. Well, now that we know that our Lord is sort of innocent, I suppose we could disperse with non-lethal weapon, right? And he will just chug one of his last bombs into this ghost thing. No, wait.
In the same square.
So yeah, and I suppose I can't exclude the
No.
bottom of the square.
No, let's not start down that road.
Or no, that's uncomfortable. I suppose I can just, roll intimidate and try to say something bad at this ghost wolf.
You don't have any holy water on you?
I have it in my inventory, but on me, I'm not sure.
I don't think you. I mean, you didn't expect any of this, so I don't think that it makes sense. You would bring your bombs because those are basically your go-to weapons. But the holy water,
Okay.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
exactly. Okay, so just delay for now, or what
Let
am
me
I
see.
getting?
You know what? I think I will use my summon nature's ally this time, just to serve as a distraction for this. So.
Okay, so you start summoning.
Yeah, I basically drop.
You throw the bottle, and then it starts.
Throw the vial, it breaks and starts huffing and smoking.
Okay, Montiano.
Evelyn's yelling out, Montiano, I love you, but you're not the brightest. Get out of there. And he's going to attempt to do exactly that. He's going to try and squeeze out before this thing can...
Acrobatically?
Yeah.
Like ready to dodge, basically?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go with the acrobatics.
He's gonna spend a panache point to add a d6. I believe he can do that on acrobatics, so he will. Ooh, come on, d6. Ooh, 22.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna not do anything about that. There's nothing I can do about that.
Yeah, right. I need to tell you first.
Don't you have?
I assumed he was coming at me, but it doesn't matter. There's nothing he could have done to deal with a crit.
And that's confirmed.
He actually gets a +1 to his AC against crit confirmations. But
against still... incorporeal touch AC.
No.
Yeah. So the thing just reaches in, or he tries to squeeze past, and it lashes out with one of its claws, and he walks through the arm, but then bends over in pain as it causes just 13 points of damage to him in passing.
Ooh, okay, that's not the worst thing.
Could have been much worse. Yeah.
Could have been so much worse. He's getting out. He can only move half speed, right? Because he was being acrobatic.
Yeah, but only for the squares that are threatened.
Oh, only through the threatened squares. So okay, 10, 15. So he's just gonna get over here.
Okay.
And no, he'll stand here next to Geier. Just whiffing out. And then he will ready an action. He'll ready an attack in case the thing comes out the door, basically.
Okay. Then it's the thing's turn, and it chooses its next victim, which is lying on the bed, recovering from its wounds. And he tries to take over Lord Graydon. And I did not see that coming, so I'm just going to roll a d20 and then figure out if I need a will save modifier. No, I will not, because it starts to try and get in through his ears, through his nose, but Graydon fights back and goes, "No, begone, false spirit!" And he crawls back on his bed and waves his blanket at the ghost. And surprisingly enough, it works.
Wow, now we know he's not even a real spirit. He's just a false one.
Geier.
Geier?
Did I say false? I mean foul.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's
Geier will produce a ghost whip and go, "Down, you hound!" I don't have it in my Roll20 spells, but it's on my
Ghost Whip
PDF
is
sheet.
Ghost
Yep.
Whip is the name of the spell. Okay, so a white 15-foot-long lash of ghostly evanescence appears from your hand.
And it
And the
deals
weapon is-
lethal damage towards incorporeal and undead creatures, and can be used to perform drag or reposition combat maneuvers.
Okay, so roll. Well, this is a standard action to cast it, right? Yeah.
It is, yeah.
So now you're armed with a Ghost Whip.
Glowing green ectoplasm.
Evelyn.
And just sorry, I'm trying to figure out if there's something weird going on with my buffs. Oh yeah, there's she needs that activated. Okay. Right. So she now looking resplendent even in her nightgown. She's gonna step up here so that she can get her eyes on the spirit again. I assume she can do so through the door, and she can at least see him to gaze at him.
Yeah, I think that's good enough.
Okay, and then she says, "I'll have you eating out of my hand like any common cur," as she uses her, not a spell, but her class feature, Command Undead, which essentially gives her the feat Command Undead, which acts as the spell Control Undead.
Gotta love first edition.
The
It's
DC,
a spell within a spell within a spell.
the DC of this is going to be
10 plus half your level plus your
19
charisma. Okay.
with a -2 penalty on its will save.
Okay. -2's already in there. 19.
That's with the -2. Then it hit. Then it succeeds, I guess.
Yeah.
Let me double check, make sure I'm not missing anything. Half 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, it passed barely.
Frustratingly, Evelyn has to admit that this thing may be more powerful than a common ghost cur. Emaírel.
Is going to look in Evelyn's direction, like, do I hit? Do I not?
I mean, she still seems pretty confident that she can get this thing under control, but obviously every time it passes is another round for it to do something. So,
Well then, Emaírel is going to try to hit the ghost. Let's see.
Whoa,
Nice.
well.
That's-
Oh, right. It is ghost touch, so
Yep.
that
+1
is
and ghost touch.
33 points of damage. And then the second attack counts 2, which is another hit for
Oh.
13 points of damage.
ooh, the 19 hits. Wow.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Okay. Doctor.
And then the extra 2d6.
Oh, okay.
So Lord Graden rolled away, right? Or he's still under the ghost?
Wait, sorry. Are the 2d6 the merciful damage?
Yes.
Well, But that would be
I'm-
non-lethal.
Oh, wait.
And you did change.
No. Hold up. So it was merciful first, and then when I reused the ability, it overrode the first thing. So
Yeah.
it's now only ghost touch. So there's no extra
Yeah,
2d6.
That's what I thought. Okay. Doctor.
So, Lord Graydon, did he roll away from the ghost, or he's still under the ghost?
He's in the same square. I just can't seem to get it to
Okay.
be on top of his token, so I moved him. But they're still in the same square.
That's unfortunate. Right. My wolf appears.
You what?
My summoned wolf.
Oh yeah. You should be able to put it there, right?
Maybe. Wolf augmented. Well, there's no token. And I have a charge sheet, but
I think there's a token. Is there not? There it is.
oh, I see it. All right, thank you. Well, and I suppose it will attack the most hostile creature in the room, which will be the ghost wolf. But I'm not sure that it will do much, really. But it will distract it. So attacks are only bite, and I suppose the ghosts can be tricked, right? Cannot be tricked.
What? It's tripped. No. Okay, that's a miss.
Mm-hmm. So, out of the pile of steam and shards of glass appears a very huge, a big dog that quickly grows into a massive wolf, which snarls, jumps at the ghost wolf and tries to bite him, and did not succeed. Does not succeed at all. Then would be, I suppose, Dr. Arronax's turn, and I have no idea what I can do, so I think I will just delay at this point.
Monteanu. Whoops, I clicked twice. Monteanu.
Montianu's gonna continue to hold his position with a ready to action.
Okay. The ghost. Well, first thing is that it tries to possess Emaírel, so I will need a will save from you.
Okay, Emaírel is going to use. Where is it? Divination. Yes, so as an immediate action, he's going to try to get a little bonus on the save.
Is this is possession a spell-like ability, perchance?
Nope.
Okay, never mind.
Supernatural.
Although he moves within his reach, does it count as attack opportunity?
I imagine it would step.
No, actually, it would not. So it does trigger an attack of opportunity.
But when leaving the first one or the second one?
When leaving the first one, it doesn't leave the second one just yet.
Okay, on that case, where is it?
Probably has to be in your square to possess you.
Nah,
Yes.
mechanically it has to be adjacent. It's kind of weird, but yeah.
But it didn't.
Nope, that's a miss. So, yeah,
Okay.
we'll save.
Yeah, so he gets a +3 on this.
That's a 13. Well,
yeah. Bad number.
Very bad number. So you see Emaírel, you see the wolf-like specter merge its ghostly body with Emaírel's, and Emaírel immediately takes on more bestial features. He drops his branched spear, and his fingernails grow long, his canines grow long, and his already impeccable cheekbones, by the way, grow even more pronounced, and he, just like Turks were before him, now pretty much looks like a savage wolf. Yeah. So this is going to be fun to figure out your stats exactly. You gain the Barbarian's Greater Rage class ability.
Wow. Okay.
So you immediately fall into a Greater Rage, and you have gained 2 claws and a bite natural attack appropriate to your size, so that's medium, which means 1d4 claws, 1d6 bite, plus your strength, and modified by Greater Rage. Yeah, fun. And you also feel the urge to kill and slay all the living around you.
Okay, Greater Rage, that's 11th level. Damn.
Yeah, it's possible, because like I said, this does seem like it's a very powerful specter, not just any ghost wolf. Geier.
So now we are kind of PvPing against Emaírel.
I
Well,
guess.
your call.
I mean,
He's just being there, peacefully being possessed.
Emaírel count as undead?
He does not count as undead.
Yeah, but I can't target the spirit anymore, right?
You can't what?
I can't target the spirit inside him.
Depends. What spell are you talking about?
You might be able to hit it with a will, something that targets its will.
Yeah.
Or that's mind affecting. I don't know. That's what Evelyn's got to try next.
Okay, I'll try to one more time to command the undead.
Still got a -2.
Let go of my friend!
Yeah. That'll be. Made it safe.
Oh, yeah.
Evelyn, your turn.
Okay. All right. I'm going to do this. She's also going to try to command it, and the DC is 19 for it.
Thanks, Dean.
Okay, now to be completely fair, I have to ask this. Does it have more than 7 hit die?
Yes, it does.
Oh, fuck. Okay, it doesn't do anything then.
Excellent, because that would have been a bummer. So, yeah, you are probably aware of it failing its will save, but you are also horrified to realize that it still didn't work. And I guess you are aware of the limits of your power, and by extension, you become aware of the power of this creature.
You can control any number of undead so long as their total hit die do not exceed your cleric level. Okay. Yeah, I'm. Evelyn looks at this thing and she's like, "Well, I'm done."
Okay, Emaírel. I'll let you pick your target. I don't. You wouldn't attack a wolf, so it's probably great. And
oh boy,
you wouldn't download a car.
Well, first I got to tweak this. Okay. Well, how much control does Emaírel still have on himself?
0.
0. Okay. Well, And the spirit was trying to murder Graydon before, right?
Yeah.
Well, he's unlucky, I guess.
Says Emaírel nonchalantly.
So regarding stats, it's just the rage, right? The greater rage, and anything else?
Yep, just that you have a bite attack with a d6. So that
No
would be
changes to Bab or anything else?
No, nothing like that.
And he dropped the spear and shield, and he's going full bite and stuff, right?
Yes.
Well, that's actually not a bad thing, because then he loses a little bit of Bab. Okay.
I can't believe this thing can just keep possessing however many times at once. That's like, oh god.
Yep, it's only limited per person, once per person.
Yeah.
And once per round.
Oh, that's really bad. This is really bad.
Oh, okay. Well, since he moved, so I guess he only has one attack left.
Yeah.
Let's say a bite. Wow. Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, no! Oh no!
It's enough to confirm. I mean, Graydon is wearing his nightgown for crying out loud, so that's a crit.
Oh
I
no!
It's
don't want to eat
2d6
humanoid
plus twice your strength.
Yeah, this is not a good look for us.
Wow.
Oh man, yeah. You just
Ate a person.
wait, you have +6 just from the greater rage, so your strength modifier is just +1?
Pum. My strength. I have a base of 4. What did I screw up the math? No. No, it didn't. Oh, is the modifier?
What's your strength normally?
It's 13 with the -1 that's still trailing from.
Oh, okay,
from-
yeah, so that would be +1, and then yeah, that checks out. So that's 12 points of damage. It's still enough to maul Graydon and just bring him dangerously down in hit points. He definitely loses consciousness, possibly worse. And
Oh boy.
it's like Karna said, it's not a good look because Emaírel is of course covered in his blood at this point. Arronax.
Alright, so... I suppose that at this point, Arronax will turn red and he will lower his voice, growling if this had gone far enough. And I will use my new class ability to mutate into my mutagenic form.
What does it do exactly?
Well, it basically activates my mutagen without drinking mutagen.
Mm-hmm.
Except I have only one question because it doesn't seem to specify that what kind of action it is, because it says I need to spend a standard action if I am forced into this. But at first level, as a result of repeat exposure to mutagen, I get mutagenic form twice per day without imbibing my mutagen. I get all bonuses of my mutagen. Using mutagen also forces into this form, taking mutagen again. Yeah, it doesn't seem to say what sort of action it is to just activate it. I mean, I am assuming it will be a standard action, but I will need to have your final ruling on this one.
So let me just read this real quick. Well, I would just assume that it's the same action that it takes to use the mutagen. So the
Okay.
mutagen to take on the mutagenic form. Does it say what kind of action that is?
Well, that's that's typical.
What's that?
I mean, I'm not sure it does. It says if you're forced into this, you have to spend a
No,
standard
that's
action.
That's a different thing. I would assume that it's the same action. What makes sense to me. So,
All right. And this time it uses I use the strength type mutagen to buff myself up, and well, it's standard action, so I can't actually attack Emaírel. But I will move forward with deliberation.
there it is. It's a supernatural action, and that is a standard action by default.
Okay.
So good.
So yeah, he will
All
say he will say like you will this had gone far enough. You will relinquish Emaírel even if I have to claw you from his dead chest, like from his tooth heart, like. And as he steps forward,
I'll just point out that Emaírel is not wearing his breastplate and he dropped his shield.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that will be very convenient because
he should be quite punchable.
Yes. Because suddenly you notice, that the doctor also starts to growing nails and very sharp canines.
Hey.
Except he turns red.
All right. And he taunts the spirit or threatens the spirit.
Yes.
Okay. Montiano.
Okay, Montiano. Evelyn's like, all right, back in. And he charges in, looking a little bewildered. Says, yes, attack your friend, my friend. Bring him down. And he's going to attempt to stab at Emaírel.
You're gonna have to give him a pay raise.
He is my leadership feat. So he don't need nothing. Except to be treated well outside of combat, I suppose. 16, does that hit Emaírel?
Yes.
All right, only 12 points of piercing damage.
7 of piercing and 5 of precision, but yeah.
I think that's it for him.
Geier.
Geier's not gonna mess around this time, and is just going to concentrate necrotic energy towards Emaírel, trying to knock him down.
We're such good friends, aren't we?
Hey, it's with a loving touch. For 11 force damage.
Yep.
Evelyn.
All right. Here is the question that I have to ask myself. Do I try to target the creature possessing Emaírel or Emaírel himself, who has the lower will save? This is 11. I think it's on. I know Emaírel's getting a +3.
Yep.
Shit. Maybe that's too metagamey of me. Can I tell that this thing looks like it's in a rage? The way I understand raging.
Well, Emaírel looks
know
like
if
he's in a rage, yeah.
Okay. Oh, let's see. The real question, and there's no way that Emaírel can answer this for Evelyn in the moment, but the real question is Emaírel's will save lower than 11? Or not? I'm. Fuck. I don't even know what he uses to cast. I think it's intelligence. Okay. All right. Evelyn is going to target Emaírel. She switches. She makes sure she's gazing at him and not the beast inside him. I don't know how that works. She gazes at Emaírel, tries to like keep his personality, his being in her mind as she stares and sees him for what he is, and casts hideous laughter on Emaírel.
Hey.
Which is only, I'm afraid, a first level spell. So it's a DC. Is that correct? A mere DC 18.
Well, let's
with
see.
a -2 on your.
Okay.
Roll.
So +1 on this.
Damn.
Well, now I roll well.
Thank you, Emaírel. And your turn. I think you just kind of finished the job with Graydon because nobody has. Oh wait, actually, Montiano did attack you. Yeah,
Montiano did hit.
yeah,
Yeah, and I think Graydon did fall unconscious.
yeah. But I mean, it's not a strategic decision. It's just the blood rage. But since he got poked by Montiano,
Poor Montiano.
If you're attacking him, he's going to use his opportune parry. He's using his opportune parry.
Okay, well let's start with a bite.
Yeah, see. If...
Wow!
Come on, are you
yes, Emaírel.
Well,
You
let's
are rolling like
I mean,
crazy.
he might crit back. He can still beat that. Montiano's good.
Okay. Okay.
If he rolls high, he could beat it.
Okay.
Nope, he didn't roll high.
Okay. So 16 to hit.
The 16 does not hit him. No.
So it's not confirmed.
Okay.
Okay, so that's one less panache. And also he takes 11 points of damage. Oh.
Yeah.
He's still on his feet with 1 hit point.
Wow. So I guess he's going to take a second claw. Well, a first claw rather.
Wait, Emaírel, that's your normal damage, the 2d6 plus 8?
That's what you told me. Oh no! Oh, that was from the crit. It should be just 1d6 plus 4, right?
Yeah.
So just 6 points.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's better. Slightly. All right, he's gonna oh no, he has to expend an but he's got combat reflexes. Yeah, he's gonna keep trying to parry these.
Okay. The claws are full bab too?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, okay, he can parry that. Come on, dude. You literally can't roll lower than that roll.
Is opportune parry something that you do before you know if it hit or miss?
Yeah, but I did declare he was going to use it again. I said he's going to use it
But
again.
you set his DC when you roll the attack.
Yeah, I said he's going to use it no matter what, but I had to wait to see the attack to know. So that brings him down to just 1 panache point, but he succeeds, which means he gets to attack
With the riposte.
With the riposte.
Yep.
26, another 13 points of damage, and Evelyn is staring, so she's going to attack 3 more on top of that.
Okay, so 16.
Oh.
And the last claw.
He's going to do it again, but he'll be out of panache after that. Oh my god.
That'll be tough.
All of them are at +9?
Yep.
Okay. Come on, dude. No!
So close.
Oh well.
Oh wait, the claw should be just 1d4?
Yes.
Okay.
Panache. He's out of panache.
Hey.
So he takes 6 points.
And a fortitude save, please.
Okay, the 6 points put him to 0 exactly.
Nice.
The fortitude save, he's going to use charm. Can he use charm life on it as he's getting hit? He's 3 of them per day.
Yeah.
All right. That's another +2 to whatever this roll is. He's not great at fortitude. 17.
Okay. Then it's the doctor's turn.
He's a half orc. Wait a second.
So he still gets to act. But then he goes down.
He's at 0. Does that happen even if he's at 0?
Well, at 0.
Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. I took different racial traits. He's down.
Okay. No, at 0 he's just staggered.
Yeah.
Disabled, I guess.
He's that then.
Okay, let me
Doctor?
see. Let me see if I can. Oh, maybe I can. You know what? I think I will try to make non-lethal claw and bite attacks.
Cornus.
Huh? Can you hear me?
Cornus.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Now we
Now we can.
Yeah, wrong out button for push to talk. Sorry. You know what I think I will try to do? I think I will try to do non-lethal claw bite attack.
Sure. Backhanded claw attack.
So yeah, with with also quite a bestial roar. Arronax will basically descend from all his 2-meter height at EmaＲél.
Okay.
I believe these are natural attacks, so they are all going with a full base attack bonus, right?
I think it depends on which ones are primary and secondary.
Well,
Yeah.
Technically, I think both claw and bite are primary attacks.
If you've got multiple primaries, I'm pretty sure only one of them can actually be counted as the primary. If I remember correctly from natural attacks.
Well, if that is true, then I guess my Blood Rager was wrong all along, and I tormented my DM for nothing.
Well,
The natural attack
I might
rules
be wrong.
The natural attack rules are a mess, really. So you have to look it up. But why don't you just roll for attack d20?
But
because
if it's biting too close, then it should be the same as Emaṛél.
Yeah, it may or it may not. It depends on a lot of factors. So why don't you just roll the d20s and we'll see if we need to figure out.
Depends on a lot of factors.
Yeah, it really does. It's a mess. It's like then there's the multi-attack feat, and it's
But anyways, like Emaṛél is only 11 AC, so just
that's why I think that we probably just want to roll. Well, you had to, didn't you? But why don't you roll the damage for the first one? Maybe that'll be enough.
But see, even the second ones between Bab and Strength, that should be enough to cover 11.
Yeah, but I mean, what's your strength right now?
Well, my strength is 14 because I am very feeble. You another mutagen.
Okay, so that's only +2, which means you would still need. And what's your base attack bonus?
Baby is 5, so that's it.
My base attack bonus is basically my both claw and bite attacks are +10 at first.
Yeah.
With strength bonus.
Okay. Then roll for damage.
This would be bite. because it is, well, my strongest attack.
More damage coming in, or going on?
If everything hits, then
I believe it does. It's an AC 11, so
ah,
Yeah, you basically rolled a 12 then. 5 BAB, 5 from the dice, and 2 from strength. That's 12.
okay. So,
Punch me!
Emaírel throws his face at the doctor's face.
Stop trying to hit me and hit me.
so yeah, that would be this one then. Hopefully, it will work as non-lethal weapon.
And Emaírel is exactly at 0.
Okay. But at 0. Okay, Montiano.
So I guess he is unconscious now.
Unconscious.
He's still conscious at 0.
And now basically we lost the only person who could deal with that thing.
He's still conscious at 0.
Yes, he will lose 1 hit point when he acts in any way.
If he takes any action.
No, only if you take a standard.
If he takes a standard.
Is it because he's not exactly at 0? Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking about sorry.
Montiano is at 0.
Yeah.
So he's
Evelyn, Emaírel is also at 0, right?
Yeah, but he's because of the non-lethal.
Yeah,
he's
already out.
unconscious, but Montiano is just gonna. Shoot. I don't know what to do with this freaking spirit. Montiano is just gonna stagger on out of here, past Geier, and say, I don't feel good. And if he takes a standard action, he'll lose a hit point. So he's just gonna stand there.
Okay.
Don't fail your will save, Geier or Doctor.
I still haven't fully grasped if Emaírel is now unconscious because he took non-lethal damage. So I think if he's
I think the rule is that if non-lethal plus lethal equals total hit points, you go unconscious, and that's exactly the point he's at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you are unconscious.
Yeah.
Which means that the spirit is going to rise from your unconscious body and is going to try and possess the doctor. We'll save.
Here we go again. We'll save.
I hope everyone recognizes how horrible of a situation this is.
Yeah.
Emaírel was the main one who could deal damage to this thing. I don't know, and Geier's not going to get the chance to because it's already going to try and possess the doctor. Yes!
18 is enough. So as a move action, it howls and snarls and sinks into the floor and disappears.
For a moment there, I was imagining how would it be to have greater barbarian reach, augmented by alchemical mutagens.
That would have been fun. That would have been fun for me. Anyway, so it sinks into the floor and disappears, and just you catch your breath for a second, but the next moment, footsteps ring out through the hallway. Balik comes charging in, carrying a lantern, and in his nightgown. Duristan comes running out of his room, also in his nightgown, but armed with a bow, and they behold the scene that lies in front of them, which is a badly beaten Turksvor and Emaírel, who's covered in blood and the body of Lord Graydon on his bed, which is also soaked in blood. And his current state makes it very clear that he's most likely dead. And there's a lot of shock and a lot of questions unspoken in the air as the scene freezes for tonight. And we'll deal with that in the play-by-post some more, I guess.
Emaírel might be in trouble.
You might be in trouble. I am standing with cloth out over the ravaged bodies.
No,
Yes, Emaírel, you misbehaved.
No, a different kind of trouble, because he had a bigger buffer of hit points thanks to the barbarian rage, and that's gone now.
Oh shit!
So I'm gonna have to do some math to see where he stands exactly.
Okay.
Can we figure that out before we depart? Because I
Yeah.
feel like that's pretty important to know.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
okay. So how much lethal damage what was your hit points when you
Okay, so right before the professor's attack, he was at 18.
doctor still, not a
The
professor.
doctor, yeah.
Unless his mutagenic form is called the professor, that would actually be pretty funny.
Yeah. So he was at 18 out of 73, and the rage had given him an extra 21.
And that's included here. Okay, so and then he but so far so good. And then he took the non-lethal damage, which was how much? 18.
Was the 18?
So then you fall unconscious, which means you lose the 21, which means you go down to -4, -3.
-3 out of 52.
Yeah.
But with the 18 non-lethal, the thing about overfilling and all that, does that factor in?
No, I don't think.
No, the non-lethal does not matter.
Non-lethal
here.
is separate track basically.
Yeah, it's a separate track, exactly. So you're just at -3. You may even be stable. I have to look up what the temporary hit points say.
How silly would that be if the non-lethal damage was able to kill you?
Yeah, well, it is a very specific scenario, but it doesn't. It definitely doesn't. It's a separate track. All it does is set a different threshold for when you go unconscious. But I wonder if you're stable or if you're actually at risk of bleeding out. When they are lost, they cannot be restored. Blah blah. Any damage in excess is ineffective. It's not temporary hit points, right? It's because of the Constitution score, which brings this whole thing about. Actually, no, I don't think you should be bleeding out because of that. I think you should be stable. Because it wouldn't make sense to me that you would start to bleed out because of your Constitution going away. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
But -3 nonetheless is of course a very poor shape, for sure.